Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for hopping on to this first webinar that we are hosting for I Host Airbnb. My name is Shannon and we'll be going into it in just a little bit. We're going to be waiting on for more people to come in. And as they come in, I actually want you guys to see if you guys could introduce yourselves, where you guys calling in from or hopping in from. Engage a little bit, say what's up, say you guys are ready. Let me hear it. I need to hear that you guys are excited for this webinar that we are hosting for the first time. So meanwhile, we'll be waiting for a little bit. All right, everyone, let me know where you guys tapping in from. What city, state, maybe, I don't know if it's morning, afternoon, good evening. What is it that you guys do? Let us know. What is it that you're currently doing? What kind of businesses? What is your job looking like? What is it that you are aspiring to do? Let us know. Muy. Where are you guys calling in from? I'm looking at Las Vegas, Miami. Is there anyone else other than Miami? Let's go. Where else are you guys calling in from? Jersey, Miami. Please let us know that if you're ready, say I am ready in the text box. Okay, everyone, we are about to start. Currently, right now, Mohammed and Chris will be taking over. I am super grateful for everyone to jump on. It might have been last minute, but I'm super excited for you guys to hear this information. You will not regret any second of it. All right, make sure you guys are taking good notes and pay close attention. We'll be answering questions, any questions that you guys may have at the end of this webinar. Okay. So please let us know, one, what you're doing, two, where you're calling from. And yeah, please, enjoy and take notes. And so, alrighty, now we're going to be going into with Mohammed. He will be taking over from now.
Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm very excited to have you here. Just let you guys know, it means a lot for you guys to be here, taking your time out of the day and your job. I know, I remember when I used to have 3 jobs at once, driving Uber, working at Apple, and working at my cousin's grocery store at the same time. I did that for a year to get out of my 9 to 5. I used that. So I'm glad you guys are here. A webinar like this also changed my life. This was like 2 years ago. And also, shout out to everyone that's been following me, supporting me from day one. Thank you guys. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. Today, I want to bring you something special with Shannon and also Chris and myself. So what we're going to talk about today is Airbnb profits, how we can make money with Airbnb. As you guys know, there's so many things that is changing around the world, from Uber to Airbnb to all these software companies are making a move where, traditional business are going out of business, as you can see. Like, look at Blockbuster, what Netflix did, look at, other businesses like Amazon did to like all these retail stores. They're closing down left and right. So today we're going to talk about is Airbnb, right? Let's focus on that. How this business model works, right? Everybody wants to know how this business model works. There's 2 ways to make money with Airbnb. One of them is short-term rentals agreement with the private property owners. So basically what you're doing here is subleasing a property from an owner and running Airbnb with it, okay? So for example, hey, Chris, if you have a mansion, I can rent that out and also sublease and make money on top of that. So for example, if it's costing you $50 a night for a property and you're charging $150 on Airbnb, you're making $100 profit on top of whatever you're making on cleaning fee, right? So basically subleasing a property and going into going into these owners, and especially guys, like all these owners, right? Like a lot of luxury properties, think of it like they're exotic cars. They sit in the dealership for a while, right? And exotic properties like this, luxury property, they sit on the market 30 to 45 days, even 6 months I have seen on Zillow. So going out to these owners and giving them a solution. You're basically finding a problem and giving the solution to the owners, where, as you know, a lot of people don't like to live in the city. People like to come in the city for vacation. So a lot of these owners they can't rent out their property. That's why you come in, right? And subleasing the property and running Airbnb. The second business model, this is the business model I really love because it does not cost you a lot of money. Okay. So in the first business model, you would have to pay first month, last month, probably security deposit, right? In the second business model, you do not have to do that, guys. So the second business model is basically Airbnb management, 50-50 profit share. We do have some deals where we're doing 60-40. That's depending on the deal. Okay. So this is what you're doing. You're basically becoming a management company to manage a property to run an Airbnb, because a lot of these people, they don't want to deal with customers. They don't want to deal with handyman. They don't want to deal with cleaning people, right? So this is where you come in. You give them a solution because they can't rent out the place. They don't want to do short-term rentals by themselves. You have the experience, right? Then you come in, be like, hey, I run your property for you, I manage it, and we make 50-50. And to be honest with you, these deals are not that hard to find, okay? So we actually go into details later on how we do this. So let's move on to the next slide. All right. Difference between low-end listing and high-end listing. When I first started, I wanted to do low-end listing. $1,200 rent, right? One bedroom, one bathroom condo. It's about this area. You can get that here, and you can even get a studio less than $1,000, right? Airbnb revenue, $149 per day in 30 days. That's about $4,470 if you get 100% occupancy, right? Even if you get 80 to 90%, guys, you still are in profit, okay? $1,200 rent plus utilities, let's say it's 200 for, let's say, water and electricity, and you're still profiting over $3,000, okay? And these numbers you can increase them. So the reason that we put 149 is because you want to scale your business. You never want to be comfortable where you at, because you want to always scale your property. You always want to scale your numbers per night on Airbnb, okay? So the high-end listing, this is where it gets really fun. This is where you see a lot of profit. I'm not hyping this up, guys. I will show you the numbers that I have from my listing. Listen, nobody in this industry is going to show you these numbers that I'm going to show you right now, okay? So the high-end listing, if you get a house right close to the beach, nearby the beach, okay? It's $2,500 a month. There are some properties you can get. You can get a mansion, a beach house for $5,000 to $10,000 a month. All right. So this one, for example, Airbnb revenue, $299 per day. Okay. So imagine a family that's coming to vacation from New York, California to Florida, right? They rather get 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house for $300 a night instead of paying for one room, or if it's a family, they have to get at least 2 or 3 rooms. And rooms here in hotels are not cheap, okay? Like a W hotel, like I have properties all around it. You guys can see it. So if you do the math, $299 a day, 30 days, that's almost $9,000, okay? And you're paying your rent and utilities. That's about $2,500 plus $300. You're profiting over $6,000. Guys, this is from one listing this is how much you can actually potentially make. And if you want to scale it, right? If you want to scale it, a property that's doing like $500 a day, there are some properties that's actually doing $3,000 a night. Those are high-end listing that you can get, and we'll show you exactly a breakdown how it works. Okay. So let's move on to the next slide. All right. Our product is basically Airbnb 7-week course. I'm Our step-by-step blueprint breakdown will teach you how to build a 5-figure a month income with real estate market without owning any properties. Like we said, subleasing the property, okay? We'll teach you how to automate and scale your business. So not only that we'll teach you how to start this business from A to Z, we'll teach you how to scale it from 1 location to all the way to 5 to 10 location. You can literally treat this as a full-time income. Don't treat this like a side income. Treat this like a full-time income. If you're going to do it, make sure you're committed 100%. So I need people that's in here. If you're not committed 100%, let's get to that level, because what do you want to do in this business? If you see profit from your first location, use that profit for your second location. Get funding, get multiple location, guys, because this is where you can scale up, especially being in this era right now where this business is very lucrative right now. So we'll teach you what mistakes to avoid, because of course you can make mistakes in this business, and I made mistakes before. I bought new furniture before, and I don't even do that anymore. I buy it from wholesalers and buy used furniture, and which is way cheaper, right? And we also give you a private group chat, meaning what's working for Chris is going to also work for Shannon, okay? So we share our secret ingredients, what's working for us and what's not working for us. Imagine having a support from 20 people that's doing this business, and they're basically going to give you points every single day. All right, so who am I? My name is Mohammed Rebel. I'm one of the largest Airbnb hosts in Florida. We secured over 27 properties in less than 6 months, just only in Fort Lauderdale Beach. Guys, we're going to go to Bali. We're going to go to Hawaii. So we're basically gearing up for that this year, coaching over 20 successful students. The reason you might say why I don't have 1,000 students, because I take my time with people. I do one-to-one with them, so that way they can scale this business. Owner of multiple businesses with e-commerce, real estate, and ATM business. So I do have multiple experience with the business, but letting you know that you do not have to have experience in this. You don't even have to have real estate experience. This course will teach you from everything from A to Z. I finished my bachelor's degree in criminal justice, but found success in entrepreneurship. Like I said, life sometimes doesn't go the way you want to, but I'm glad where I am today. Personally coached over 50 mentees to transition from their 9-to-5 jobs to full-time entrepreneur. So here, like I said, here are the properties that we currently own and how much each one makes per month. So I'm going to give you an example. The first one on the left. This one is a mansion, okay? So for the mansion, we pay about $5,000 a month and $500 in utilities, okay? And it's made over $72,000 already. In the next 2 months, this listing is going to hit 6 figures just by itself, okay? As you can see, we're on the middle of the year. We have a whole year, and we're going to do at least $150,000 in this property. The second one, this is an apartment, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, can sleep over 8 people. We teach you how to structure the bed so that way you can sleep more people. On the third one on the right, this one is actually a studio, and this one on the last one, the 14,000, is actually an efficiency. So as you can see, these are real numbers, guys. These are screenshots from our own accounts, and it even tells you what year we're in and also which month we're doing this business in, okay? So let's go to the next slide. We'll give you a bonus end of the webinar. I'm going to teach you a secret how to boost your credit by 50 to 100 points if you stay until end of the webinar, okay? So a lot of people don't know this, but I'll teach you and give you this for free. All right. What you will learn during this training, all right? There's a lot of people that I know there's a lot of things that you see on YouTube, on Instagram, but we actually go into details. We don't hide anything, guys, when it comes to this. We actually update our training when we sometimes learn that, hey, this is working for a lot of people. We update our training. How I secured 27 properties in less than 6 months and built a 6-figure business with short-term rentals. how you can get started with your first listing within 30 days. It is not that hard, guys. You find real estate agents to work for you. You don't even have to become real estate agents. One thing that my mentor told me is that you leverage other people to work for you when you want to scale. Okay. How to dominate the market with your new listing while charging more than your competition. So the reason how we could do that is basically a lot of people treat this Airbnb business like a side income. We actually have a way of how to get our listing once someone search for Fort Lauderdale. Our listing will be the first one, even without becoming a super host. Okay. We'll also show you how to automate your Airbnb business so you can expand to more location and more listing. So if something is working for you, wouldn't you scale it? Yes or no? You can comment on there. If something is working for you right now, would you like to scale it? Even if you don't have more money to scale it, there's ways to scale that business. Like I said, if you have one location in profit share, why don't you want to get a second one or a third one, right? So this is where it comes to, guys. You will learn with our formula how to continue maintain your properties at high occupancy rate. So a lot of people here, when they have an Airbnb property listed, they don't know how to block out the dates. And like for my weekends, I make more money. And a lot of people don't even know that. Like this is some of the information that a lot of people don't even put out there. And what we do, we block out the other dates. And for that month, we try to get it booked out. And the second month, we get good reviews and we can increase the price and still get more booking. Okay. I'll show you some of my listing in the Airbnb. What can be a potential number, okay? And we actually use a software. The software actually tells you exactly how much the occupancy is going to be and how much is going to be per night on that listing by putting in the square feet of the house, by putting in the number of people it can sleep, what you can provide in the listing. It actually tells you exactly. This software collects all the This software collects all the details and all the data from Airbnb. And this is actually something that I would recommend everyone to use. So 3 secrets in the short-term rental listing. How can you become the next success story in this business? All right. And how Airbnb is changing the traditional real estate market and how you can be part of it and how you can create a 6-figure passive income in this business. Okay. So Airbnb actually started with an idea of people going state to state where they can sleep with a simple software. As you can see, Airbnb actually it stands for air, bed, and breakfast. So this is actually the foundation of how they got started. You can look at this map, take a screenshot if you want, and go from there. And right now, Airbnb is actually one of the top company that's worth over $10 billion. So introduction to Airbnb. I'm going to have my business partner take from here, and he's my good friend. He's been my business partner for years now. I'm going to welcome him. His name is Chris. So go ahead.
All right, guys, what's up? So we're going to introduce what Airbnb is and how it came about. So the background of Airbnb facts. In 2018, the revenue grew from 2.6 billion, and it's now projected to hit 8.5 billion in 2020. So 2020 is right around the corner, guys, and that's going to hit $8.5 billion in revenue. Who would like a taste of that 8.5 billion? I know I would. Now, 50% goes to the Airbnb company. Of course, the Airbnb company makes its profit from actually booking listings. A lot of Airbnb actually puts the listings out there. They do all the back end work as far as getting the books, the listings that you put booked. And of course, they have to get paid for that. But 85% goes to the host. Now, a fun fact about Airbnb, it stands for air, bed, and breakfast. Now, supply versus demand. Now, what does this mean for you? Demand can bring you opportunity. Travelers need a place to stay, and hotels just don't cut it anymore. People would rather save more money, have a place to cook, and stay in a larger space than they are able to hang out with their friends and family. I know me, for instance, I hated going to hotels because hotels literally just had 2 beds and a TV, and usually the TV was super out of date. And we would have to go out to go get something to eat. And even if we wanted to bring food back home, we could only heat it up in a microwave. I hated that. So when Airbnb did come about, my main thing was I have a large family, or if I want to travel with my friends, I want to be able to stay in the hotel and actually enjoy myself rather than trying to find a way, spending more money going out and cooking. I want to bring food to the hotel or to the place that I'm staying and actually enjoy myself rather than just staying in a place that has a bed. So if you're thinking about getting into the real estate market, this is the perfect opportunity for you. And if you want to free yourself from the 9-to-5 modern slavery working for someone else and tired of the long hours, then this is for you. If you want to provide a better lifestyle for yourself and your family, this is also for you. My main goal was, I know real estate is big, but I don't know how to get into it. And my thought was I needed a huge amount of money to get into real estate. I didn't know that I can get somebody to actually stay in my property without me having to pay. And if you look at real estate, you've been able to hit, the numbers were 3 times the amount of the actual rent that you're paying. So imagine it costs you $50 a day, like Mohammed said. Now you're making $150 a day. So you're making double and triple whatever you're supposed to be paying in rent every single month. So instead of going from a property that you live in or a property that you have and paying money on that every single month, you're actually making money on the back end. Now here's how you can make money with the Airbnb. It's like owning your own hotel. People who stay in your property pay you for 1 or more nights. You will receive 97% of the earnings from your Airbnb business directly deposited into your bank account. How cool is that? And Airbnb will collect the funds from the guest for you. So it's literally you owning your own hotel. Now, hotels own a lot of rooms and a lot of properties. So what's going to happen with you is like you're owning a property or a piece of a hotel, for instance, or a property, and then somebody goes to that property, and imagine every single time somebody wants to book that property, you don't have to do anything except have the property available. Somebody goes into the app, they book it, and you get 97% of the earnings from that property. Now, it's one thing for me to say that Airbnb is amazing, or for other entrepreneurs to say Airbnb is amazing. What about Forbes magazine? Now, Forbes said Airbnb is an economic revolution that is quietly turning millions of people into part-time entrepreneurs. And that is the biggest thing. Entrepreneurship is about getting yourself to financial freedom. So what I want you guys to do in the chat is tell me, how much do you guys need to become financially independent? How much money do you guys and revenue do you guys need to bring in every single month for you to become financially free and stop working for someone else for the rest of your life? Go ahead and put that in the chat, guys. Now, why I love Airbnb more than traditional real estate. Now, traditional real estate versus Airbnb. Traditional real estate costs more money. It has a massive amount of risk. You need to buy a lot of properties, which takes a lot of money, and you pay higher taxes. Now, with Airbnb, it costs less money. It's definitely less risk. Lease or manage properties, pay less in taxes. Profit margins are way higher. I'm looking at the chat. Some of these people are just a billion. 150,000, that's fair. 100,000, that's fair. Everybody wants to hit 6 figures, right? $10,000 a month. Everybody really wants to hit 6 figures. Now, realistically, 4,000, 6,000, that's more realistic for you guys to be able to, because think about what your job is paying you right now. $6,000 a month, that's a good amount of revenue. That's over $50,000 a year that you're making. I necessarily want to hit that 100K a month. And what's the fastest way for me to do that? Owning Airbnb properties, guys. That's the fastest way to do it for me. Now, single family house in Airbnb. A single family house can generate anywhere between $6,000 to $12,000 a month. Now, that's around the range of what you guys are talking about, right? 6 figures or a little less than 6 figures. In traditional real estate, you can earn $2,000 to $4,000 a month. So you're earning 3 to 4 times a month than you would be in traditional real estate. In traditional real estate, you're looking at making a little under 10% a year on a property. In this one, you're making minimum 30, 40, 50% from a property every single month, guys, instead of traditional real estate. Also with traditional real estate, you're owning that property, meaning that it's hard for you to leverage that property because that is a property that you own. You have to pay property taxes if something happens to the property. Let's say, what happens if the AC breaks in a property that you own, Mohammed?
If I did own the property, I would have to get a permit, buy the machine, AC machine, and put it in.
Right. And that costs a lot of money. So it's not just, now when it comes to owning a house, if you guys do or don't own a house, you understand that the upkeep of your house takes a lot of money. You have a septic tank that you need to replace, which is upwards of $5,000. Or AC repair on the lower end is $3,000. If a pipe leaks, you're going to have to dig up that floor, which costs a lot of money. Well, what happens in Airbnb? How does Airbnb protect you with stuff like that?
So Airbnb actually have a $1 million insurance for people that's staying in your listing. So $1 million is That's a lot of money, guys. So I believe it can cover anything, even in a mansion. Okay. So one of the things that I want to talk to is that I see the numbers you guys are posting, right? 6 figures a month, $100,000 a month, $12,000 a month. What are you willing to do to make that money? What sacrifices are you willing to do to make that money? Are you willing to sacrifice, like, let's say, getting an extra job so you can build this business? Are you willing to sacrifice, canceling your Netflix, canceling eating out so you can save money? So you have to ask yourself these questions, guys. I see these numbers. I told myself that I would make 6 figures one day without a 9-to-5, and I did that because I sacrificed a lot of things. Guys, I even sold my car that I really loved and sold like all my things that I didn't I had, but like I didn't need it to survive. Okay. So yeah, so spend all my savings. Okay. So if don't put your, basket in one eggs in one basket, but yes, you can save money by getting a second job. Use the back money. Miguel, that's what's up, man. That's what I wanted to hear. Use OPM, others people money. So this is where it comes to, guys. If you guys want to really, how bad do you want it? Make those sacrifices like I did, like Chris did, like Shannon did. We'll go to the next slide. So single family house earning, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house with a pool, 5 to 10 minutes away from the beach, the airport and the downtown and cruise port, sleeps up to 12 people. So this is a listing. Just pay attention to all the details. 3-bed, meaning in 3 beds, a lot of people can sleep in there. We also have a pull-out couch, and we also have, if they have maximum guests, they have also actually air beds they can stay in. And it has a nice pool. Who would like to have that privacy when you go on vacation, that everything is 5 to 10 minutes away? Either you can walk to the beach or either you can go to the restaurant just by walking. All you have to do is take Uber to go to the airport, right? So the more people you can sleep in an Airbnb, the more money you make, guys. This is very important. The more people I will repeat it again, the more people you can sleep, the more money you will make in this. So even this one right here. Okay, so this listing, as you can see, it made over $47,470. That's in August, guys. So it has an overall rating of 4.8. Okay, so that's enough to hit Superhost. We have total reviews of 582 reviews and 5-star reviews, 82. You have to take care of your clients. Communication has to be on point, and everything that you want to do in this business has to be on point, because this is not another 9-to-5. This is actually your own business that you can scale. What I like about the Airbnb, guys, is like what we said. You make 97% of whatever you make. The 3% just goes to a processing fee. But think about Uber. All these people driving Uber every single day, they're giving out so much money from their pocket. And this is why I love Airbnb, because they're not making that much money from you. They're actually collecting something called network fee from the guest itself. So how cool is that? I mean, it's like they care more about the clients that hosting than also the customers, so which is really great. Okay.
So let's go over some 3 stickers, guys. You could use credit card funding, just like Miguel said. Use the bank's money to get started if you don't have the capital. You can actually apply for multiple credit cards that have 0 interest for up to 12 to 15 months, guys. So imagine how much revenue you're going to be making in that 12 to 15 months, and imagine how easy it would be to pay those off. Now, a lot of people don't have a bunch of money burning a hole in their pocket, right? So what's the next best thing is credit. The best thing to do is to have credit. Like Mohammed says all the time, I'd rather have an 800 credit score rather than $100,000 or even $400,000. I'd rather have an 800 credit score, because there's so much I can do with that credit score and leverage that credit so I wouldn't have to touch a single penny out of my pocket. Now, you can make money with Airbnb anywhere. It doesn't have to be specific location, because you will be competing with others in a saturated location. So think about it, guys. Airbnb, there's a whole bunch of places that people want to vacation to, right? Now, you don't have to be in that state or even that city or even that country. Now, Muhammad talked about going to Bali and putting locations there. It doesn't mean that you actually have to be there. The great thing about Airbnb is that it's going to get bookings, which means you're going to get paid. Just like that, like Muhammad said, 97% of all that revenue it generates is going to you. Using a specific software to find out that the occupancy rate will cost per night before you make move forward with your properties. Now, the great thing about Airbnb is that what you can do is check out the maximum occupancy rate of other Airbnbs in the area, and it will give you a general number of what you expect to have for your occupancy rate. So if it says that 80% of people are getting occupied in this area, then that means that a lot of people are going to be going to your area within the same amount of numbers.
Okay, so how many people here? I see about 85 people here. How many of you guys stayed in an Airbnb? So if you stayed in an Airbnb, say yes, click yes. So let me tell you, with Airbnb, there's so many listings out there and they're booked out for a month. I have one property that booked out for 6 months because the lady came here for work, okay? She'd rather stay in a secured Airbnb than finding out, hey, this person is renting out his room and there's no contract and there is nothing, right? So you guys experienced Airbnb and you felt like you were in a house, right? Which made you like more welcoming. In a hotel, you're checking in, you only go there to sleep. In an Airbnb, when I went to New York, guys, I stayed in a nice basement. I played games. I watched movies all night, and I couldn't really do that in a hotel because you can only fit 2 or 3 people in one hotel room, guys.
Right.
So think about that for a second.
We're checked by a bachelor party, bro.
Exactly. So what happens when all these places are booked out? What do you think happens to the new listing? So what happens is that it starts getting booking because the other listing are already booked out for months, okay? So this is what the advantage is to getting into this business now, okay? So this is why it's important. If you have an extra room in your house, make it into an Airbnb. If you know your uncle that owns a mansion in Vegas, reach out to him. If you know someone that you're connected to that has an empty house that only uses for vacation, once a month, reach out to those people, okay, to do Airbnb because this is going to benefit you for a long term. Okay, so here are the biggest mistakes associated with those involved with the Airbnb business. Mistake number 1, not balancing management of each property. A lot of people get burnt out in the 3rd or 4th property because of not having the right management team in place. That's mainly because they aren't generating enough revenue from their properties. We teach you that, how to generate the properties, how to get bookings, how to scale the business from month 1 all the way to month 6, okay? After that, once you hit Superhost, you won't have any issues of getting booking. And another thing I want to show you is when you look for management companies, make sure they have short-term rental experience, not just any other management companies. Mistakes number 2. People treat as if it's a side hustle, okay? This is not a side hustle. This is not a get rich quick thing. This is a long-term thing, guys. It's an actual business, okay? When I say actual business, yes, you do have to get an LLC for this. When someone is looking to book a vacation, they want to see a place where they can actually go on vacation, okay? You need to show that your property fits that model, okay? Look at the difference between picture on the left, look at the picture on the right. Picture on the right doesn't attract me. This pool is not even that big, guys. The picture sells everything to the people, okay? So this is called a beach house. This is not even a mansion, but the pictures we took, it looks like a huge mansion, okay? This is a three bedroom, 2 bathroom house, okay? This is an Italian design house, and this costs actually $5,500 to maintain. We showed you the numbers before, and on the picture on the left, as you can see, is professionally taken. This is all done by our team, guys. So mistake number 3, people get into the business without the proper knowledge. They do not understand the algorithm that are associated with an Airbnb business, which means they do not get bookings, which leads into them to generating any revenue. Airbnb is an enormous business, guys, growing more and more every day, and being in the right hands of those that understand the business and which is also growing with the business can lead to a massive success. One of the things I wanted to say, a lot of people who has an Airbnb business, they treat it like, okay, side hustle. First of all, you can't do that. So the second one is that you want to make sure you meet your standards for your property, right? Go into your property to see if you would stay there, first of all. And if it doesn't look like you stay there, change something so that way it looks more attractive. Sometimes it doesn't even matter what looks outside of the property. It all matters what looks inside of the property. If you can sell that on that inside of the property, you're going to get booking, guys. So one of the things that I also wanted to talk about is that, like I said, if once you have a new listing, we know the algorithm to put your property up front without even hitting Superhost, because like I said, all these properties get booked out. And if someone is looking for an emergency next week, to stay in a property, a lot of these property are booked out, so they'll be able to see your property because you're a new listing in the community. All right, where do you fit in all of this? So introduction to Airbnb profits, how to own and operate your own Airbnb business, okay? That's what we teach you. How to land your first property and actually get booking. We teach you, we have step-by-step video, guys. This is a very interactive course. How to manage all your properties the right way. How to earn, how to become a superhost and dominate the Airbnb business in your area. To hit a superhost is not complicated, guys. It's really easy. You just have to make sure you know what you're doing. How to earn the highest profits possible in your local market. You can get bookings all day, every day, even if you're the highest one in the area, guys. How to completely automate your business, Airbnb properties, so that way you won't have to lift a finger, okay? This business, guys, is basically can be done through your phone. You don't even need a computer. That's a great, after you set up your property, all the communication with the clients and everything is all through your phone. Imagine that. We also have a private chat with other Airbnb students. Like I said, we share our values and top what's working for us and what's not working for us. Okay, what is cost to join our team, guys? We're not charging you thousands of dollars. Right now, you can join our team just for one payment of $497 or two payments of $250. This is only available the next 24 hours. The price will change to August 1st because we're adding more value, and you guys will see it if you join our team. So this is only for 24 hours if you do guys want to join. So one of the things that we work really hard in this course. I can tell you that. I put in time. That's why I could even answer a lot of people's DM, because I've been putting value into this course and make sure everybody can be successful when they start this from day one. And I want people to get their first listing on day 30 right after they start with this course. So if you guys see on the right side, there is an offer right there. It will take you to our site. If you click there on the blue button, it will take you to our site so you can process the payment. Like I said, it's the next 24 hours. So Chris, you've seen the course. Why do you think people should get this course?
There's no one else teaching the Airbnb business like this. The biggest issue that I've seen, like we talked about the mistakes, is that a lot of people just jump into the Airbnb. First of all, these people are charging ridiculous amounts of money. And with this ridiculous amount of money, they're not giving enough value. So a lot of times they're just giving basic information that you can literally get off YouTube. This is not that. Our course, the course that Mohammed and Shannon have built, is so interactive that it teaches you exactly step by step of how to get your own Airbnb property. You guys also have a private chat with that group, right? So yes, even if you have questions outside of whatever the private chat is, I mean, without whatever the course teaches you, you could always just go to the private chat, and then it has everybody who's already been experienced in the Airbnb business. Now, what I know about the private chat is that everybody has their own trials that they go through when they're running their own business, right? But what if somebody was there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to actually answer that question and that problem that you have so that you can get to that next step? This course is super interactive, guys, and it is a steal for this price. This is much, much cheaper than what it's supposed to be. So, of course, we're putting this price because it's a launch. But, again, you only have 24 hours to join, guys. So we're looking forward to get you guys into this course because you guys need to get a part of this. Now, Airbnb is projected to hit $8.7 billion by 2020. And if you want to be a part of that small part of that piece of the pie, you need to have this course, guys.
All right. So one of the things also I want to talk about, think about this. If you can make $1,000 a month with one single listing with this course, tell me if it's worth it or not. All right. So what I did is that not only that I share what value in this course is, what we put together for you guys, and what we do. You see a lot of courses, you buy a course and you go through it. There's no support. There's no chat. We'll be doing Zoom calls bi-weekly or monthly so we can answer your question, keep you guys updated with the current students. So that's also adding a value to our course, because a lot of people that don't know, doesn't have experience, sometimes they need to answer some questions directly, right? So like I said, we can talk about it in the chat that we have, and also we can talk about it in all the Zoom calls. So if you guys have any questions before you move forward, please let me know in the comments so we can answer it right now. So, like I said in the webinar before, I will provide a secret how to increase your points, 50 to 100 points. But I want to answer these questions before that. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. What about zoning and regulations? So there in some states, there are some red zones. So you just have to stay away from the red zones. Yes, it is in the part of the course. Yeah. Is there a contract that you need for this business that you guys will be provided? Yeah. So whatever real estate agents you're working with, they just have to add in one of the terms is that the owners have to agree on short-term rentals. Yes, you'll be getting templates. You'll be getting list of things that you need for your Airbnb. So there's a lot of information, guys, in my tools section under the course that we provided. There's, I think, about 10 tool sections that we provided for this. How much money do I actually need? So after this, if you get the course, one of the things that if you do a 50-50 profit share, you're not paying any money up front, okay? You're basically partnering up with the owner of the property to run an Airbnb. Most likely find properties that's furnished already, so we can take pictures and create the listing and start earning money, maybe even the next week. All right, let's see some more questions. How do we find? How much it will be after August 1st? The price is going up to $997 after August 1st. But if you do DM me, I'll secure your spot. But like I said, we don't want to hold this anymore because we have a lot of people. I get DMs all day. Like I said, someone here said you DM me but never got a response because we've been so busy putting so much value into this course, guys. Like I care more about the people getting actual value than answering DMs right now. This is why I hosted this webinar so you guys can understand with all of us, because I know many of you put your phone number to call you, but it's so many people that's been messaging me left and right, and I've been in the back putting this whole course together. How do we find prime properties? I covered that in the course. We basically, one of the things I would say is Zillow. One of the things that we use is Zillow. Yes, we'll be talking about zoning and regulations. Yes, we are. We actually have a specific website that tells you where to go so you can stay away from those regulations. I'm going to teach convince landlords to let you. Are you going to teach how to convince landlord to sublease their property? Many that I come across are super opposed to it. So, all right, this is what you do, Paige. You go to those owners, especially properties that's been sitting on the market for 30 to 45 days, right? You go out to them and you explain the benefit of going with you than a traditional renter, okay? You can show them the numbers of how Airbnb makes in their property. Maybe they will even partner up with you 50-50 instead of subleasing it, which will cost you a lot less money. So one of the things I do, I basically go out to these owners and tell them like, hey, this is how much you can earn potentially. Look at this data that I have from this software that's, hey, your house is saying that it can generate up to $6,000 to $8,000 a month. With Airbnb, for your traditional rent that you're looking for, $4,000 a month, it can actually make more, right? So partnering up with the owners, 50-50 profit share will actually be more beneficial for them and also for yourself. How much does it cost to start an Airbnb? Like I said, if you do a profit share, not that much, but if you do sublease, it's usually the first month, last month, and you can negotiate the security deposit because anything is negotiable for real estate. Okay, I negotiate a lot of deal where I didn't pay a penny to get into their property. We even have a hotel right now where we basically paid nothing to secure the place because they did not renew their license for the hotel, and we took over with Airbnb. Do you create an LLC for each deals? Yes, I do. Every single property, I create an LLC just because so I can build business credit in the future. What I can do with that LLC, I can actually buy the property with the business credit. So what's the end goal? A lot of people is going to ask you, what's the end goal for this business? Okay. The end goal for you is end of the lease to buy out the property with the profit you make from that single property. So right now, I actually don't even touch any of my profit. I'm actually trying to scale my business where I don't have to sublease anymore or do profit share. The end goal for these properties is to own them. So imagine in 3 years, I can own about 20 properties and do Airbnb and have my management take care of everything. And basically my business will be automated 110%. Okay, so explain the process where you're getting a property. How much money do you need upfront? I just answered that. Is there any more? Yeah, so I said I try to find properties that are furnished already. What if you already bought the course and do you need to send a link to the group chat? Yes, can you hit me up, please? So that way I can provide you the link. Hit me up on Instagram or Facebook with your full name, please. Also, if you don't have good credit, can you do this? Yes, you can actually do this without having good credit. And if you don't even have a lot of money, what you can do is start doing the profit share. Okay. Have someone ready to sign. It's in a great street in DC. Yes, a lot of people go to work in DC. So that's a perfect place to host an Airbnb, because what's going to happen is that you're not going to get people renting 1-2 days. You're going to get people for weeks and months that's renting out around that area. I'm trying to sign up, but you won't let me sign up. I'm trying to sign up.
What's it saying? Why can't you sign up? What is the actual problem? Did you go back to the website?
Yeah, if you go to our website, it should take you there and then process the payment. How much money do you need to save to get your first Airbnb? Like I said, profit share won't cost you that much money. Depending on the property, if you get a single unit, you're probably going to pay about first month, last month, and security deposit. And I also get additional insurance on my properties. I get insurance on my property that costs $20 a month just in case. How much funding would I need without using the 50-50 strategy? Okay, so it just depends on the property, man. If you're gonna do first and last month, and you can negotiate the security deposit. Do you meet with the owners in person? No, I do not meet with the owners in person. I let the real estate agents work for me. So there's a lot of real estate agents would work for you on this deal. I have about 7 real estate agents that consistently sending me property every single week on Monday. And so I filter them out, and all the properties that are sending me, they actually meet my requirements, meaning the owners are already in the terms with short-term rentals. So the fees are 3%, 15, 800 plus total course rent. I do not understand that. So the fees are 3% or 15%. The fees for you pay 3% merchant fee when you collect the money from Airbnb. Awesome. Tosif said he purchased. Congrats, bro. Do you offer an Airbnb automation service where the people provide all tax services? Yes, we'll be providing that. We'll host another webinar. Do you have a special software to generate traffic? No. Basically, what you want to do, you want to figure out the algorithm, like how we talked about it in the course, so that way you can get more traffic. How do you buy used furniture in Florida or Miami? Where do you buy used furniture in Florida and Miami? There's so many places, especially like in Hialeah, in Hollywood. I even buy my mini fridge or to separate a property. I bought a mini fridge for $50, which is almost brand new. Do you recommend Guesty? Yes, I do recommend Guesty. Yeah, guesty. You must have guesty to run your property. Would I have access to the contract today? Yes, you would have access to the contract today. We absolutely have to create an LLC for each property. I thought just one. Either or, if you want to run multiple properties under one, just make sure it's an S corp because it is a bigger business. If we live in Miami, we're able to meet with you in person and get help as well, or more hands-on. Yes. Oh, if you want to meet, of course, I'm willing to do that. I'm not like all these internet gurus. I'm not gonna tell you we can't meet, but yes, we have an office in Miami, right by Miami Beach, where we can meet. So the link is provided right here. If you guys missed it, as Chris posted under his name. So if you guys are having problems, make sure you click the order form so you can move forward. This webinar is for how to run your own Airbnb. I didn't get that. For insurance is $20 a month. Great deal. Yes. So $20 a month. I have Progressive. Owners are ready to go. Just need a formal proposal. Just the system will let you know how much should I rent and project profit. Does your team handle Airbnb automation? How does cost monthly? So we do the automation. I just want to focus on this first. The automation is a whole different deal, guys. So we'll definitely talk about that later on. Do your real estate agents help us well, or do we have to find our own real estate agents? How I found my real estate agents is through Zillow, guys. I didn't have like connection with a lot of agents. I just called them up and I saw a property that I really like for Airbnb, and if they agreed to it, the owners, if they did, if not, I talked to the real estate agent. Hey, if this property does not work for the owner, just letting you know, this is what I'm looking for. These are the area. This is my terms with the owner. Can you please find me properties and send me properties every week just by them doing research? And when they send me properties, all my requirements are already met for those listings. Hey, Moise Clay is from the Telegram chat, the admin. So I told you in the process of buying a house in Caravan, so most of my money is going to, right now. Could I give you 4 payments of 125? Yes, I can do that. Just please DM me so I can do that for you. It will love to definitely help you out. Do you recommend Guesty? Yes, I do recommend Guesty. How about Orlando? Orlando is a great market. It's a great market, guys. If you guys anyone from here, Orlando, definitely, because one of my barber actually owns 3 properties in Orlando, right by all the parks. I think it's about 10 minutes away, and he does great numbers on those, and he lives down here, so his business is also automated. Do you recommend doing it in your own city? Yes, I do recommend doing it in your own city. I mean, if you have to drive 30 minutes like I do to Fort Lauderdale, I live in Pembroke Pines, so I mean, 30 minutes is not that much of a difference. Do you recommend starting right now or wait until after September? I heard it's the worst month. I mean, you can start right now, start doing the research, set the grounds, so that way you can actually have everything in the background and ready to go. More Christian the dream team. Of course. What's up, Tony?
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Yeah. Doesn't matter if you have 800 credit. No, it doesn't matter if you have good credit or not, because when you do 50-50 profit share with the owners, they don't really look at your credit. They just want to know they can make some money. Awesome presentation. Thank you. Appreciate it, Nick. Do you need this to join your automation team? No, you don't need this to join the automation team. Do you recommend starting right now? Wait after September? I read that already. Do you propose compensate to these realtors? Yes. So the realtors get paid by the owner. Whatever the deal they have, they can get paid. I don't pay anything to the owners. But if you do have real estate agents looking for profit share, yes, I will work something out with them so that way they can be compensated. We handle property insurance since they have one. Yes, so yeah, Airbnb has their own insurance, but I like to be very secure. That's why I have my own insurance. I pay $20 a month. The highest I have is about beach house is $30 a month. Do you recommend starting right now? I've been getting the same questions. I mean, do you have any student from the Caribbean? No, but I'd love you to be the first one, because in the Caribbean you can make a lot of money. Like I said, a lot of people don't want to get that hotel experience. They want to, get a property where they can stay for like a month, and people out there actually stays for vacation for a month. So that'll be really nice. Can you do 30-70 profit share? Nope, I wouldn't go less than 40, bro. Definitely no less than 40. When is the best time to start? The best time to start is now, guys. Like I said, if you want this really bad, you can start doing all the work in the background. So that way, I mean, we're already in what, third quarter? Third quarter is where business makes money, guys.
We just got out of second quarter.
Yeah.
So third and fourth quarter are the biggest.
Exactly.
I mean, think about it, guys. What are people doing October, November, December? They're vacationing. So this is the best time to get in, guys.
Okay, how do you do to make your guests leave a review after their stay? So in our course, in the tools section, there's cookie cutter messages that you can send out when a guest try to book, and before their stay, after their stay, and after they leave. Okay, so there's a lot of ways, a lot of value here. Thank you, Mo. Thank you, Julia, for being here with us. I appreciate that. Do you guys have another options other than PayPal? Well, the PayPal actually take your card, so you don't even have to have PayPal to process the payment. When will be the automation start? The automation, we'll talk about that definitely middle of this month. Yes, I'm from Trinidad, but the payment is a bit step up. I'll hit you up as soon as possible. Okay, sounds good. Alex, definitely hit me up. I'd love to help you out. Any students in LA? Yes, I do have current students in LA right now. Can you do this in other state? Yes, of course you can do this in other state. If you guys want to do this even in Hawaii, if you want to do this in Bali, if you want to do this in Bora Bora, yes, you can do this, but you just got to make sure you have the right team managing your property, and make sure you have to, of course, fly down there and set up your management team, so that way they can take care of the property. So you get 60 profit. No, if the owners agree 60, I'll take 40. Like I said, when it comes to profit share, you're not really spending any money. You'll be able to, 40% from with just by helping them set up the place and managing it, it's not bad, guys. It's literally free money. You're going to be in profit the first month if you do the profit share. Tell me another business that people make profit on the first month. I just purchased. How to become part of the chat. Okay, Bobby, can you message me? We'll actually, you know what we'll do? We'll post a link of our chat in the course, so that way you can join. It will definitely make a section on there. Do your team help us as well? You mean our management team? Yes, I can definitely tell you about our management team, so that way you can I can recommend them if you live in South Florida. Do you use cleaning company? If yes, which no. So this is what I realized. When you have your own people, when you find people from Craigslist and OfferUp that are willing to clean for you, that's the best way to go. I charge $100 to $150 in cleaning fee. You know how much it costs me for an apartment to clean? $25. If it's like a big house, it costs me $50. So I actually make money on the cleaning fee I charge on every guest. So every guest that checks out, I make money on that. I'm going to send you a message about $250 of the 2 payments option. Hi, I'm from Miami. What's up, Juan? If you want to meet one day in a Miami Beach office, I'm willing to do that. Bobby Douglas, awesome. Thank you. All right, awesome, guys. So it's been almost an hour. There's about 64 people here. If you have more questions, let me know. We're going to be here for another 2 minutes. So yeah, guys, if you guys like this webinar, can you give it a thumbs up or say yes? Okay, guys, so in the last, like I said, I'm going to give you a secret how to increase your credit score. So let me see all this yes.
Whoa, it's a real deal.
Yeah, we are real guys. We're not internet famous like a lot of people claim.
Not
We're
yet.
not Kim Kardashians yet, you know.
We'll get there.
Thank you guys, appreciate it. So a lot of people are here, so I want to provide a value. So I'm gonna teach you how to increase your credit score by 50 to 100 points, even more, especially if you're into new credit. Okay, so let's go. So I see a lot of yes, so I'm going to provide this value to you guys. How to boost your credit by 50 to 100 points. This is what you do, guys. There's something called adding an authorized user and trade lines. Authorized user, you can get that from your friends or family. How I got my credit scores up because I was also in debt. I had new credit and I was also in debt. So what I did, I reached out to my fiance. I reached out to my cousins and also my brother, and I told them, hey, give me your best credit card, add me as an authorized user. It doesn't affect you any kind of way, guys, or them. So when they add you to their best card, let's say it has a 5-year history, 10-year history, what happens is that your credit, it posts on your credit when they add you as the authorized user. So now you have a 5 to 10-year history and the limit showing up on your credit. Okay. What you can tell them is that, hey, when you add them as an authorized user, you can keep the card. I just need your history. That's all. Before they add you to their card, just make sure they don't have any late payments or high balance on that card so it doesn't affect your credit score. So that's how you boost your credit from 50 to all the way to 100 points. Another thing, guys, since I have a lot of people here, if you have high utilization, this is how you can lower it without paying it, okay? This is how you do it. So if you're trying to apply for multiple cards so you can get some funding, 12 to 15 months, no interest rate, this is what you do. You do a balance transfer, find out the date when it's going to be posted on your card onto the card that you're balance transferring it to. While that's going on within those 2 to 3 business days, do the application. Because what happens, the credit bureau doesn't pick up within those 2 to 3 business days. So when you do the balance transfer on your account, is basically show low utilization, especially if you're moving like ten to $15,000 of utilization onto another card. That actually helps you out a lot. So this is how you increase the point. Adding an authorized user to your card, friends, family, whoever it can be. Make sure they have a really good history, really good limit without any late payments or a high balance. Okay, that's how you increase your points. I mean, you can add them to your best card, maybe trade authorized user, right? And the second thing, like I said, if you have high utilization, you can move the balance transfer. Whilst that's going on, call your bank, ask them when it's going to be posted on the credit bureau. They will tell you, and then you do the application within those days, those 2 to 3 days. All right, guys. So I'm going to end the webinar here. What do you mean? Balance transfer is when you have a balance on one card and you have a high balance and you have another credit card that you can move the balance to. So that's what the balance transfer is. I send a DM to set up payment agreements. Thanks all. Thank you for being part of this. What did you send the DM? What did you send the DM, Federico? If you can provide that information, I appreciate it. You can balance transfer a business credit card so it doesn't show up on your personal credit. Yes, Corey, you can do that. Just make sure you don't claim it end of the year because that's going to be messy for your credit. Yes, you can do that. Just be careful. Just don't claim it as business expense when you do the balance transfer. So that way, that you don't want the IRS to be on your back for that. Yeah, guys. So I'm going to end this webinar. If you guys have any last question, I'll be on here for another second. And Federico, like I said, if you just let us know where you send us the DM to set up your payment plan, okay? Let's see if anybody else is here, has any questions. I'll send in Messenger. Okay, awesome. I'll check my Messenger so that way I can answer you. Yes, Hardy, you will get my phone number, so it's not just one time, okay? Definitely, what I would say is that definitely go through the course first, and then we can hop on the one-to-one call, so that way you can write down all your questions. And I don't want, I don't want people to what's it called? I want you to learn everything and then write down everything so I can give you my time for for 30 minutes to an hour to answer all your questions. Okay. When you guys call me, definitely would love to hop on a call with setting up a time so that way we can do it. One-to-one call, additional $30. Is that one time thing? Yes, it's only one time. Yeah, guys. So we'll figure the one-to-one call. I mean, if you do get the course, we'll definitely provide the one-to-one call to you. How do you think it will do in Lake Habasu? So if you think a lot of people go there, Michael, for vacation, yeah, definitely. I mean, I know a lot of people in the mountains. They have not even a house; they have a cabin for Airbnb, and they make a really good money because one of my cousin went there into Louisiana and some mountains in Louisiana, and he was paying like $350 per night for 5 friends. Yes. So I actually have the video of the owner that uses the AirDNA. Okay, so just send it over a DM on IG to make a deal. Okay, I'll definitely look at the deal you provided me. Can you put an ATM in the Airbnb? Yes, we're actually putting it in our hotel. We're putting vending machines. We're putting a hookah lounge, so that way people can actually stay in the property, and we can generate more income with the guests that's staying there. So essentially, as well, for starting, we should try buying our own properties. Yes, Louis. So that's the end goal, right? Why do you want to start this business? Why do you want to scale this business? Is because you want to own these properties. As you know, mortgage is lower than rent, right? If you can own these properties in 10 to 20 years, you can actually own these properties in less than that because you're making a lot more profit than a traditional rent. Think about that for a second. From traditional rent, you're probably, let's say, a house that has 350,000, you put $20,000 down, you're paying about $2,200 a month, right? And you can make $300 by providing by by providing rent on that property, rental income. But end of the year, you have to pay property tax, right? Imagine doing Airbnb where you can scale that and make about $6,000 to $8,000 in the Airbnb. Not only you're covering your mortgage, your taxes, anything that goes down in the Airbnb, that property, you're still making a lot more and making profit. Trust me, I know a lot of people, even the last house that I stayed at, soon as I moved in, there was 3 things that went wrong. The fridge was bad, the stove went bad, and also the microwave. So the owner had to pay for all those 3 things, guys. So when you have something like Airbnb generating more income than traditional rent, you're actually making way more money. And you can even open that. How do you end up owning a property? Is a part of the contract with the Airbnb? I'm very curious about this. Yes. So when you talk to the real estate agents, just make sure end of the lease, if they can put to own the property and end of the option to buy the property and end of the lease. So that's one of the agreement that you can do with the owners. You're putting a hookah lounge in the Airbnb. Yes, it's actually a hotel. So that's why we're putting a hookah lounge, because we have a big space on the 3rd floor. It's like a basically an area where we can do basically anything. We can even put like a mini golf in there. So guys, I'm going to end this. We do have to hop off in a few seconds. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys got a lot of value in this training. We'd love to have you in our team. There was a lot of people here. Like I said, all the 41 people that's here right now, let's make some move. Let's make some money so that way we can succeed together. Okay. See you guys next. Like I said, for this price, it's only the next 24 hours. If you want to do another payment plan, we can do that too. Just hit us up on the DM. I'll be on my phone all day today and tomorrow. And if you want to, so if you want to hop on a call, DM me your number. So that way, we'll set up a call, an appointment. If you have more additional questions before you start, I would love to help you out. So that way we can go ahead and appreciate your time, guys. Thank you. Appreciate your time too. Thank you. Thank you, guys. We'll end this call now.